Counting on Alan Jason Duggar has been sharing his new life with Maddie Grace. The two tied the can earlier this month in a stunning fall-themed mountain wedding in Tennessee. The majority of the Duggar family was in attendance for their big day. However, some fans are skeptical about their sudden wedding, creating rumors that Jason's wife may already be pregnant before their wedding. Keep reading to see why Jason is starting to share more photos with his wife, Maddie Grace. The Counting on Al mostly uploads throwback photos from their wedding. It's unclear if they're already in Italy for their honeymoon. They've been awkwardly discreet regarding their whereabouts, making fans think the two may be hiding something. One of them is the possibility that Jason and Maddie Grace are already expecting a child. Some Counting on fans online have been speculating that Jason and his wife are already expecting their first child. According to a post, they wonder how the family will explain the math when Maddie Grace gives birth to her first child. In addition to the pregnancy speculations, it should also be noted that Jason and Maddie Grace were supposed to tie the can next year, based on the hashtag of their engagement post that says spring 2025. However, the two suddenly decided to get married, making a lot of people curious. Of course, maybe they just could not wait to start their new life together and bumped it up, but highly unlikely aside from the pregnancy rumors. Some Reddit users reacted to Jason's recent IG stories with his wife. It seems that the two are already defying some of their beliefs as they watch the musical comedy film Mamma Mia. According to the poster, they thought it would be too much for their brains to handle. Others agreed and said the show is definitely something Jim, Bob, and Michelle would not approve to watch. The film is about a woman who has 3 possible fathers to her daughter. Her daughter is getting married and doesn't know who will walk her down the aisle. Many married couples from the family have already defied some of their strict core values. Some of them are Joanna and Austin. The two made headlines earlier this year after taking dance classes with John David and Abby. Jinger and Jill have also published books talking about the questionable teachings of the Bible and how they were big sis able to step away from their beliefs. Having 18 brothers and sisters the way the Duggar kids do truly changes the way they interact with their family, especially as they each grow up and leave the nest. That also means that they have a lot of people to tell when they have big news to share. And as Jinger Duggar admitted in a new episode of the podcast she hosts with husband Jeremy Vio, it's easy to forget to fill in a sibling. Jinger and Jeremy are already parents to daughters Felicity 6 and Evangeline 3, and now they're adding a third kiddo to their crew. She told her kids that a younger sibling was on the way by giving them denim jackets that read Big Sis on the back and showing them the ultrasound photos. During a family photo shoot, Felicity started jumping up and down in excitement over the news. Evangeline wasn't quite sure what to make of the news, but we are certain that once the baby arrives, she will be all about her new role as Big Sis, Jinger told people in this YouTube vlog. We can see Jinger and Jeremy sharing the news with his parents along with Jinger's mom and sisters who were in town for her older sister Jenna's bachelorette party. There's just one problem. After the fact, Jinger realized she forgot to tell her younger brother James she's pregnant again on the new episode of the Jinger and Jeremy podcast. Jinger said she was chatting with her brother while she was in Arkansas for Jana's wedding when she realized he was out of the loop. I was just casually talking about the pregnancy, and he was like, "What, you're pregnant?" Jinger said. I was like, "James, I can't believe I didn't tell you." She was surprised at herself for making that error. I love him so much, and that's why I thought I had already told him, she admitted. Jinger said that even though she could have told everyone in their family group chat for such big news, she wanted to take the time to tell each of her siblings one at a time. Besides, Jeremy wasn't convinced the group chat would have been any more efficient. Let's be honest, people have That group chat on silent, he said. Because there's so many, so even if it's put on the group chat, it doesn't guarantee people are going to see it. Jinger and Jeremy already know if they're having a boy or a girl, since the future mom of 3 did a blood test that can determine the sex of the baby. Early on something she called really crazy how we found out. We'll have to show you guys later, because it was actually really awesome, she said. Just don't forget to tell James this time. Counting on Al Jinger Duggar View has been making headlines following her pregnancy announcement. The 30-year-old surprised many fans after revealing that she's having a third child with Jeremy. Some people thought she was done with having kids after suffering a miscarriage in 2019. Jinger herself couldn't believe that they were blessed with a rainbow baby as well, and many were curious about its gender. There are also speculations she may be having a baby boy. Keep reading to see why. Jinger recently shared that she was already 6 to 7 weeks pregnant when she told her family she was expecting. According to the Counting on Hallam, she doesn't want to make the grand reveal on their group chat. Instead, she wants to tell everybody in person. Due to this, she took the opportunity to share the exciting news with some of her sisters and Michelle during their hot tub family time. However, Jinger missed one sibling throughout her announcement, and it's her brother James, who is known for their close relationship. I was just casually talking about the pregnancy, and he was like, "What, you're pregnant?" She recalled before saying, "I was like, James, I can't believe I didn't tell you." She added, there are speculations that Jinger Duggar may be having a baby boy. In her latest vlog, the Counting on Hallam said she feels her pregnancy is going to be amazing, adding that everything felt easy. Many fans have also noticed her glowing look, which is a known sign of having a baby boy. Jinger and Jeremy have yet to know the gender of their upcoming third child, but many people hope they will at least have one boy after having 2 little girls. Jinger recently uploaded a new podcast with Jeremy where they talked about her pregnancy and their upcoming projects. But what caught the attention of many was when the Counting on alum shared her past desire to have 15 kids. According to Jinger Duggar View, she thought that was the number of kids she was going to have when she was still a kid. It also appears her mindset turned that way due to the fact that she grew up in such a large family. Jinger Duggar has too much on her plate lately. Duggar News followers know she is not only a noted speaker but also made a name for herself by being an author and talking about her experience of living in an IBOP family. While it created some strains in her bond with her parents Jim Bob and Michelle, Jinger and her husband Jeremy are still happy by living their truth since Jinger tied the knot with Jeremy. They have had 2 kids, Evangeline and Felicity. The stars discussed expanding their family, but no one knew when. Recently, Jinger confirmed gender reveal her pregnancy, but it looks like she might have slipped and exposed a bit too much when it comes to her babies. Even after denouncing IBOP teachings, Jinger is a devout Christian. Her husband was ordained a pastor at Grace Community Church in Laredo, Texas, so they are often talking about their religious values. In one of the clips, Jinger went viral because of her pro-life stance. At the same time, she expressed her wish to have twins in one of her podcast episodes. Due to this, Duggar News fans have become skeptical about whether they are going to announce their next pregnancy soon. After all, they were talking about way too many baby-related matters this week. Jinger finally announced that she was expecting her third baby. Since then, viewers have been very curious to know about its gender. Did Jinger reveal it? Jinger and Jeremy Vu were over the moon announcing that they were pregnant. They did so through their YouTube video, as the former flaunted her positive test. Duggar News fans saw that she later packed it in an Amazon box, so her husband first thought it was a gift she had ordered for him, but he couldn't believe the surprise when he realized he would be a dad again. Now that the cat was out of the bag, Jinger confirmed that she was going to get some blood work Done to find out the baby's gender, she decided to do so during her 8th week. So one person from the staff told her that the prediction can sometimes be wrong. It happens when it depicts boy. But it's always accurate with girl. That's because they can detect a lack of testosterone easily. Duggar hinted that only after the gender reveal party for her family will she document for YouTube to reveal the baby's gender. But she may have slipped up and hinted that the family is having their first boy, as they already have 2 girls. During their podcast, her husband teased the idea of using their pool for doing a gender reveal. That's when Duggar slipped up and said that the pool was already blue. Considering how gender reveal parties use the color blue for boys and pink for girls, fans feel the former slipped with that one statement about the color of the pool. What do you think? Will the couple be having a boy? Tell us in the comments. Keep an eye on TV season and spoilers for more Duggar news updates.